I know you've been here for a long time. I wasn't planning on speaking, but you've heard my name 2 or 3 times this evening, and I wanted the opportunity to speak just briefly. My name is Dick Rosedale. Just briefly, I'll be appearing before you with the same request for an opportunity grant. I just want to clarify one thing. I'm not one of the guys that just comes to you and say, I found the site, I want to do something. 30 years ago, December, my wife and I bought the first building on Canal that we own at 116, 114 Canal Street, contiguous to the hub, or the old Brentech building. Over the next 30 years, we acquired 10 buildings downtown, including the El Palenque with Romesco's Thai restaurant, Panhead's Pizza, and I recently bought 2 years ago the daycare center, completely remodeled it out of my own pocket. The site that the chair recognized across from Skip Simpson, for over 90 years a building existed, and I will present that data to you. Those of you who've been here for years are familiar with it. It was a McCory's 5 and 10. It was a dollar store for years when I purchased it. I purchased that block from the McCory estate. It was a dollar store, and it was room service for several years. Unfortunately, on October 1st of 2008, the building burned to the ground. It was my favorite building. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars out of my own pocket over the years refurbishing all these properties. I own most of the 500 block. I purchased those buildings in 1987. That's almost 25 years ago. I put my money where my mouth is. I believe in Canal when nobody else did. And it used to be a joke, you can throw a bowling ball down there. But I found the opportunity to purchase properties because I couldn't afford to buy any more in Orlando Winter Park. So basically, I'm asking you to be open-minded as I come forth with a request showing pictures going back to the McCory's 5 and 10 and having a rendering from Anderson-Dixon to show you an elevation. The old dollar store was 9,000 square feet. It took the whole block. I'm going to propose something for merely half that space, approximately 5,000 feet. I received a grant in the 500 block. All those buildings, the elevations you will notice have been completely redone. I had 10,000 square feet of vacant space. I've rented everything except 505. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'm meeting with 4 people for the 3rd time, the possibility of renting that space. I've rented up just about everything I have now, fortunately, after a few years of bad luck. I hope you'll be open-minded for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosedale.
February 14th City Commission agenda. That one's been approved by the CRA at their last meeting.
I won't take but a minute. I'm Bill Preston with the Hub, Miss Sally Mackay. First, I respect each and every one of you and the gift you give to this city of your time. And I respect your staff as well. But I'm here to thank you for your consideration of the rental assistance program and for the CRA's consideration of that program as well. I think that that particular program that is to be considered, and whether it brings in language from or incorporates concepts, precepts from the earlier rental assistance plan, is a good move for this city overall, not just for the Hub. So I appreciate your consideration of that. I do want you to know, however, that time is of the essence for the Hub. We have been negotiating, and we have finally resulted potential contract with the owners of that building, and we need to sign that lease. And one of the requirements under consideration requires that we not sign that lease in order to apply for assistance. So please know that time is of the essence for us at the Hub. Thank you again very much.
Can I take 1 minute of his 1 minute 52?
Yes.
Just in case anybody thinks that it's a bunch of artists, it is 30 new businesses on Canal Street in one facility which is efficient and under that umbrella of the Hub. Okay, it's 30 businesses. They're all in business. They all want to come and work in the downtown. So whereas it has been suggested that maybe we should apply for the existing grant program, the lease assistance, it would take too long. We've got to get these guys in. Texas is agreeing with us on the lease that they will offer us. We can sign a lease with Texas, but we've got 30 different small businesses that we're trying to keep motivated and ready to open and come into your downtown. So that's the other thing about time is the essence. We're trying to look after these small business people, and it's one application on behalf of 30 small ones. It would be an enormous amount of work and take way too long if we did it individually. So thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. With that,
I wanted to add one thing under general business, if we had 1 second. Then I wanted to ask if we could relook at Marla Nance's application. I know we turned it down at the last meeting because of the way she applied. Can we look at it from another perspective, from another grant perspective, and see what we can do for that historic building to help her revamp that historic building? And would that come under this CRA meeting or city commission, or how would that work, Tony?
Yeah, well, it depends. Is she applying for the same thing and coming back, or is she applying for a different program, or it depends on what she wants to do?
Well,
She could start a new application.
A new
She
application.
could amend the current application, but since the city, I'm not gonna play attorney. You explain the reconsideration.
Yes.
The reconsideration process would come up at the next city commission meeting where someone on the prevailing side would make a motion to reconsider. And then it would come back up at the subsequent meeting if the reconsideration passed. If she wants to apply for a different grant, I don't think there's any prohibition in the programs.
Not the one where
A new application.
okay. All right, thank you.
thank you. With that, I want to thank everybody for being here today. Meeting is adjourned.